Is it clear water? Can I see?
Yep, you can see the tub.
It's just an empty basin. Okay. And this jagged.
It does have a big. I'm just stumping Luudo over here.
Yeah.
What the
He
hell?
is just like way out of fish out of water on this one. Magic?
It seems to be magic.
I'm gonna call it Magic Bathtub.
Okay. I'm gonna leave the water in there. It might be useful.
Okay.
This jagged line.
This jagged line is a triptych, like a changing. It's like a big wooden thing with 3 sections.
Yes.
And it's got really weird images on it. There is a very young lady that if there was nobody else around, you'd probably... it's like a nymph, we'll say, in all sorts of poses and looking innocent but sensual but also alluring.
Right.
Very exaggerated and round forms in the right places.
I've never appreciated art before.
The middle of the two is a kind of reminds you of Zellara, although it's not her. Like a middle-aged woman. Looks like she's doing lots of like crafting work, like baking, sewing, needling, healing maybe a little bit, maybe some sort of magic.
Okay.
It's a beautiful thing.
Right.
Like, and then the last one is a wintry scene with this bent over old woman. Her bent over back is kind of standing near a fire, looking cold. There's a scene with her out in the wilderness with this big pile of sticks on her back. She's using a cane. She's sitting in a seat. She's got long, crooked-looking features, very hag-like, very witch or hag-like. The stylization around it is very wintry. Whereas the one in the middle was very like autumn with a bit of summer, and the one with the nymph is very spring, summerish. It's like over the 3 panels, the 4 seasons kind of like crawl over the 3 panels. In fact, there would be 4 lines, right? One on each edge and 2 in the middle. Yeah. So yeah, the edges represent the seasons themselves.
Okay.
It's a work of art. Like this thing, you're like somebody spent 3 years of their life carving this beautiful masterpiece.
Hey, yeah. Okay. Interesting.
There's a little bit of metal worked into it, some gilding. It definitely has 3 dimensions. The woods are different, but they kind of morph into each other. And the artistry is definitely not medieval art. It is somebody understood perspective in a very good way. It's realistic, and then it blends into a different style for the season changes.
Let's see.
And it's used as a changing screen, I guess, or to give you a modicum of privacy while you're in the magic bathtub.
Okay. I'm going to do...
Okay, there's a massive rickety looking door.
Right.
There is a simple, I don't want to call it a lock, it's like a sliding bar.
Yeah, right.
Very simple.
Hey Manny, can you join me over here for a minute, please?
Yeah.
Don't know what we're gonna see on the other side of this, so I don't know.
Okay.
Be ready?
Even Tech comes over, and at this point in time, Mokrenom. I should not eat him, Mokrenom says.
Not yet.
Oh.
I'm going to
Attempt.
to open that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The slide opens.
Push that door.
Okay. It doesn't push open.
Oh God.
Manny, can you give this a good shove for me?
Maybe you pull it open.
Can you give this a good pull for me? Oh God. It is easy.
Such smooth action on it.
Thank you, Manny.
It pulls open. The first thing that you notice is that first step is a doozy. The ground is really far from the lip of the door.
Okay.
Maybe about 20 feet down.
Mm.
Like the main floor of the hut is suspended in the air.
Right.
There is a grim-looking fence that is kind of, you get the sense that it's sort of round and it goes around the hut. Beyond the fence is a gloomy mist that seems to just be sort of like kept at bay by the fence. Tied into the fence are dozens of really large skulls and skeletons that seem to be worked into the fence itself. Manny's like looking down and just gives you a nudge and sort of pushes you over the side a little bit, like holding on to you.
What the hell?
The hut is somehow suspended above what look like two gigantic chicken feet.
Okay.
You see the claws kind of sticking out when Manny kind of puts you over the side, like he leaned over and had a look and saw these massive feet. And I'm going to now show you what the hut looks like from the outside on a different map.
Sweet.
Once this loads.
Well, looks like we might have a. Have you seen this before, man?
Hey, bunny. So this is view, map, player visible, and I'll force you guys there. Tool, enforce to current map. And it's going to do a little bit of a loading. And while that's loading, I'm going to also show the outside picture of the map. That visible.
This sounds like a real excellent time for a Kroger seltzer water. Whenever I need a refresh during game, I always reach for a Kroger seltzer water.
Just lost that Pepsi Max sponsorship.
But that one's more plausible. I think we could get that.
So this is what the outside looks like.
Reviews.
You've got the entranceway.
Uh-huh.
It goes down about 20 feet. You can see chicken feet sticking out of the bottom, which you assume are like attached to chicken legs.
Oh God, what is this guy?
And you can see this very large fence that beyond it you cannot see because of mists that are just rolling in. There are some trees in this area and a small path that leads out to a break in the fence. And then if we go to another map called Hut Outside Picture, we can see kind of what the fence looks like and what the hut itself looks like.
Oh, fantastic.
So, because this is a map and not just a picture, we have turned this into a battle map or a tactical map. I'm saying this for specific reasons. I will show you.
Did you hear that, Levi?
I like it.
I'll show you guys kind of like you guys are peeking out the door. The door is not on the map, but you're peeking out the door, looking out at these grim. This grim fence with this eerie, impenetrable mist and a weird clearing with copses of tangled old trees and wondering where you are.
Yes. Well then, Manny, it looks like we got ourselves into a bit of a situation.
You gawk for a moment, and you notice that every once in a while one of the skulls kind of goes. And you notice the skull shifting slightly, like it's several, like it was several degrees off from where it wanted to look. You're pretty sure the skeletons or the skulls and skeletons that are trapped in the fence might be animate in some sort of way, and there are at least 3 dozen of them, if not more.
This place is awesome.
Well, back inside then, lads.
Okay, you kind of close the door. Manny reaches out and shuts the lock. We'll go back to the other map.
Well then,
Interior.
I can safely say we are not where we used to be.
The fuck are we, boss man?
I would love to know.
Even Tech seems to be on edge.
What?
His antennae are weirdly back, and his mandibles went out when he first saw it, and then came back in.
Right, let me get back to that.
Oh, we're not in the slough anymore. We're not in Malavella Manor.
Correct.
Put your heels together, Tech. There's no place like the hive. There's no place like the hive.
Mokrenom not eat Gaedran's body. No, there's something bad on him.
Bad?
Yes, it would make Mokrenom not feel so good.
Do you know what it is?
Yes, Mokrenom not supposed to eat other bags or other things that store lots of things.
Yep.
Put a bag of holding inside a bag of holding.
What happens when you do that?
I think that's our only way out.
Find out.
Don't want to eat
streams?
Gaedran, I sense it on him, just like the bag you are carrying now.
Oh, he had another.
There is another thing there.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the same one. Okay.
No, don't make me eat that. Please don't make me eat that.
It's okay.
Not for eating,
No.
not for keeping.
I will make sure you don't eat this.
Okay.
I'm going to approach.
Okay, there's his bloody, broken body. He's wearing studded leather. You've taken his blade from him, but he still has stuff on his body. You searched him over, but I don't think you kind of took anything from him. He's got a cloak, a ring, boots, the belt, a buckler, studded leather.
Depends.
Maybe.
Adult diapers.
Yeah, you'd have to take off his armor to get a good look at his underwear if you wanted. He did shit himself. I remember describing that. So there is like diarrhea, like foul diarrhea running down his leg in his armor.
Jesus Christ.
There is no Jesus Christ in the.
Okay, well, I'm going to take.
Luudo's gonna invent Christianity.
Just so he could
Swear more effectively.
By the gods, yes.
I guess we will take the useful items off of him, such as the buckler.
Okay, so you take all the items off of him. What are you doing with his armor?
His armor, I'm going to take off of him and throw in the tub.
Yeah, so rinse it off.
Okay. Give me a perception check while you're taking off his armor.
Okay.
It's disgusting. Because by this point in time, it's seeped in really, really good. He had this gross, like, yellowed and stained almost to the point of crusty and unusable, like, under armor.
Mm.
Like, he never washed it.
Rolled a 14.
Okay. Mokrenom's still complaining. He's kind of, like, bent over and And you pulled his armor off of him, gagging while you're doing it.
And the bag's off, right?
The bag is on your person.
Right. Okay.
No, I still can't eat him. I can sense it.
He's naked, kind of bent over backwards in a heap of his own sick.
Not the ass.
You've got the
Not the ass.
He'll do anything with the ass.
Do we dissect Gaedran? Oh my god.
Manny gives him a kick, kind of falls over a little bit. Give me.
Exposing any.
There's something weird with his belly button.
Hmm.
He doesn't have one.
Ooh.
Am I still getting perception?
No.
Okay.
No, you guys at this point are like taking 20 kind of thing. If this was a combat, you wouldn't have seen it, but now that you're like staring at a naked Gaedran, Mokrenom's complaining that he still can't eat Gaedran, and you see that instead of a belly button, he seems to have sort of like a few inches higher than where you expected his belly button, a strange line that turns out to be a bit of a flap.
Mm. This is fucking disgusting.
Oh yeah, there's shit all over the place. He shat himself, and you kind of had him upside down and taking the armor off.
Can I take out my
Katana and kind of
pry at the flap?
Yeah, it opens up like there's a natural skin pouch, like a kangaroo.
Oh my god.
What? Sorry.
can I like feel
It
around?
actually has slight tattoos and runes around the edges of it, like he had this made.
Magic Velcro?
So, oh my god. Okay, I'm reaching.
It's a little sticky. It's kind of got a little bit of a little bit of a saliva-y smegma, kind of like.
You're using a lot of cool words right Oh god. Okay,
Oh, that's it. That's the thing. Don't eat that.
Luudo's going to knock down.
Manny gives you a nudge. Yeah, don't eat it.
Trust me, I will never eat this unless dire. I'm going to comically push down my blasting part of my helmet.
Oh, okay. Your miner's helmet.
Yeah, to reach.
And you're reaching in. Okay.
Yeah.
It makes this sick sort of like. You're reaching your hand in, and it's slimy, and then it's like. Oh, it's kind of like the other bag. You're up to your elbow, and there's like a big empty space in there.
I'm going to.
Your hand should be coming out of like
Right,
his groin right now, but it's like it's.
I'm going to think of the key of infinite doors. While
Okay.
I put it in there.
You feel
Praying to God.
your fate go into your hand. There's a cool metallic thing that kind of like pushes against your hand. Yeah.
I'm going to pull that out as fast as possible and
Dun dun! Yeah! Dun, dun, dun. You pull it out.
All of it's slimy.
There is a 12-inch rod-like device with many different types of heads of keys coming at different angles in all directions, and this weird key end that slowly is morphing into from one key to another,
Right.
like it's constantly sort of moving, and you can tell this thing is powerful. You just know. There was a brief flash of like a hall of endless doorways
Right.
in your mind, and you're holding on to this thing. Manny's like, after a few moments, like,
I'm like, oh.
Oh god.
your hand up your elbow's a little slimy, and you know it's Gaedran slime from his kangaroo pouch.
walk over to that tub and give us a rinse.
Okay, well you put the armor in the tub, so there is a little bit of fecal matter still in the tub.
Better than nothing.
Okay. So you give it all a rinse, and you feel a little bit better.
All right, boys. And Tech.
And
Mokrenom.
Manny's still injured, so he just takes a knee for a moment. Well, now, how do we get back?
None of you would happen to know how this thing works, would you?
Manny gives you a look like you're serious.
I chuckle and wink at him.
Oh, is it for eating or keeping?
Cyrax just is now looking at the body and poking around the little flap.
Right. From where I'm standing, can I spot on that door if there's any indication of? What about
The door? You're walking over back over the door?
Yeah, just searching around, see if there's any sort of indication of a keyhole.
There is no keyhole on the door.
Okay, explains the slam. Now,
But it feels right. Like, you standing before this door, you get a feeling of deja vu.
Can I just reach out and touch it to the door?
Okay, you reach out and touch into the door, and you notice that there is like a humming from the key the closer you get it to the door. Like there's something.
right.
Something's happening! Okay, now what you're doing, you've got the key touched to the door. It's starting to glow blue around the edges of the door.
Alright,
Okay, we're in business.
Yeah.
And I'm going to imagine the entrance to the mansion.
To the Malavella Manor?
Malavella Manor.
Like the front entrance.
Well, yeah, because we had seen that, right?
You had seen it from the inside, yes.
Yes.
Okay? Now what? There's a blue glowing light all around the door to the hut.
I'm gonna nod Manny like, slide, pull that bad boy open.
He pushes the slider and pushes it open. Or pulls it open. And you see
the gates of hell. Demons!
the outside of the manor.
Okay.
Easy! Magic, right?
What? That's the forest. That's the trail.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm pretty sure we can access this.
Place again if need be.
Manny picks up Mokrenom and just tosses it through.
Let's get the hell out of here. Let's find our friends.
Checks looking around and then kind of scuttles through the two.
It's okay, Tech.
Should we leave all this stuff here?
So we pulled everything off of Gaedran, correct? But we didn't give it to Mokrenom.
No, it's all in a pile beside his body. His armor is soaking in the tub.
I'm not.
We can come back.
Manny looks eager to leave, but he's not leaving here without you.
Unless somebody beats us here. Alright, let's go.
Gaedran's been here for a long time. No one took his crap.
That's
Or the
true.
crap he stole.
Unless he's in cahoots with the visor lady. She might be back? I don't know.
You're coming with us. Actually, he says that to Gaedran's body, and is now picks up the naked body and is just kind of carrying it out.
Very good. Alright. Onward.
Are we done hunting?
Yes. And you guys are leaving the hut as the door led to the place that you pictured.
Right.
Alright, I'm gonna save this map and I'm gonna switch it to the Malavella Manor. I'll be right back. Just leave this on this computer. Sweet. That didn't take long at all.
Thank God.
I was getting worried there for a second.
The peeking out the door was the height of panic.
Oh no! Oh, this isn't good. Oh god, it has legs.
Yes, I would guess so.
Everyone jump, make sure you break your neck. This is over.
This is how we end.
This is how it ends, Manny.
We had a good run.
Alright, I'm gonna go to Villa Malavella.
Villa Malavella.
Malavella.
And force you guys there. Then collect all of your tokens. and bring them to
The place where we set up the hut.
the bridge.
They hill off to the left.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you guys leave the hut and enter the vicinity of the manor because you pictured the inside door. That's the door that you opened.
Right.
Where a few moments later, like on the order of rounds later, the blue glow around the doorway shuts, like goes away and the door shuts, and you're now just looking at the entry hall. All right. Are you going into the manor, or are you?
Yeah, well, we're just assuming everyone is. That's as best as we can guess is where people would be, that we would know.
Okay.
So let's go back to the other group.
Who had stumbled outside and had heard the fairies. You guys didn't make it all the way back to.
That's right. You guys had made it outside, but you hadn't
Made it past the tooth fairies.
Yeah, I'm just looking at where you're moving us to.
Right, we're by the back door there, and I think
Right, there we go.
I think we're gonna want to just try to climb over that wall there.
Just right here?
Either that one or over at the side here.
Okay. You guys don't have your ropes. Either the tooth fairies returned them or have done something to them again, but you can hear that
There are lots of them over on this side.
I still have 50 foot of silk rope.
Oh, cool.
I didn't use mine.
So you guys approach this wall.
Yeah.
I also have 50 feet of rope and a grappling hook.
Okay.
Same, yeah.
So kind of everyone had one. They got about 3 of them.
Who's the first person to point at where you're going to set up your rope?
Yeah, I think I'll put it up there.
Okay.
How about right in this corner?
Do you want to do it right in the corner?
No,
yeah,
that's,
let's do it.
that's fine.
Yeah, let's do it
Either
right.
one's fine.
It's fine.
I can fly it up.
Yes. Okay.
You can go collect it first when we're done, right?
Yeah.
And do that. All right. So then it's you can take 10s. I believe all of you have +5 or higher on your climb. Or sorry, taking 10. None of you have minuses on negative on your climb.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually pretty trivial then to get you guys out. You're able to help the orphan girl who's actually okay at climbing.
Okay. That makes sense.
And the group of you, I think now, instead of dealing with the tooth fairies, decide to leave a different way, and you guys make it back to
Wilders?
yeah, back to the
Casa de Wilder.
bridge with the gnome hovel underneath it. You can see Bark Wilder's the remains, the butchered parts of Bark Wilder, because I think the bug butchered his corpse.
Yep.
You can see the filth from the butchering.
I'm gonna set the head aside because I promised the tooth fairies.
Oh yes.
The head of what?
Bark Wilder.
Ah, you kept the head. Okay.
I don't know.
That's right.
I don't think anyone got rid of it, so I'll find it and set it aside for the tooth fairies.
And then are you setting watch? Or are you going into Bark Wilder's hut and just trying to rest, or what's the
I think go in and set watches.
Have a spot of tea, perhaps?
Okay. Yeah, he has the accoutrements of like a small household. Are you setting watch or no?
Yeah, I think we're gonna set a watch. Who's gonna go sleep first?
Oh, I'll be up for a little while, having tea. Should someone keep an eye out outside, though, so we're not surprised?
Are you sure we should go in there? Finally speaks the orphan girl.
Oh, yes. It's quite cozy.
There's an evil gnome that lives here.
Not anymore. I point to the head. That's the gnome.
She just makes an ew face, but she's probably seen many horrors. That the dead person that tormented them, perhaps it's okay.
Yeah.
She reluctantly goes into the hovel and finds a place to kind of curl up in a corner.
Excellent.
Pixel tries to keep her entertained.
All right, I'll sleep first then.
Okay.
I suppose I'll take my tea and keep an eye out.
Alright, so you're keeping an eye out on the bridge? Because you can't see much from just the doorway. Just the babbling brook and the other side of the bridge.
I think you should be inside. If they know us, they know we would have come back here.
True.
And,
I agree.
And what's his name? Gaedran, if he opens up a door, he'll open up the door.
Correct.
And we all want to be together and ready to ambush him.
Fine by me. It's
I think. That's
quite
what I
wet
think.
out there. I would much rather be inside.
Alright.
How about you move inside and I go stand in front of the door?
Oh, I mean, you can lay down and get some rest, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm going to get some sleep, and then when I get up, I'm going to saw a few sections out of the wooden horse, because I'm going to make an excellent table out of this.
Oh.
How much sleep do you need? Because I believe Zephyros needs a whole bunch of sleep just to recharge his spells.
Yeah, all the arcane casters need 8 hours sleep.
Like
Okay.
straight uninterrupted?
So we're probably going to take about a 12-hour rest here.
Okay. So I'll take the second shift and
It's probably pretty early still.
How are we going to do that? I guess we need...
Actually.
Do we have anyone here who's not a caster? Not really. It's all casters.
It was like late afternoon, I think.
Yeah. We got some time.
Yeah. You
Take
can
some naps.
take a couple of 8-hour jumps.
Alright, Manny, Mokrenom, Luudo, where are we going? Are we going back in?
Yeah. See if our friends are still about. Try to open that front door, assuming it wasn't locked.
Yeah, it was locked.
Not that way.
Okay, well, I do remember letting Zephyros in the back door, so one
Okay.
of our ropes are still there.
Alright, give me a survival check as you guys are passing by where the ropes were temporarily set up, where your other companions kind of jumped out.
I think Manny's got survival. Cyrax got survival.
Yeah, Tech's got some decent
I was gonna
stuff,
say-
I think.
our ropes won't be here where they are anymore because we took them back down.
That's right.
You still need
Oh.
the rope.
Yep.
Tech might notice the Fant's footprints, for example.
14 or 25, 26 if it's tracking.
Yeah, Tech Cyrax. Big one went this way.
Ah, very good.
You actually see these like fresh footprints of like somebody jumping down and then waddling off the
Down
direction
and
you
away.
came. Yep.
Somehow.
Very fresh.
Yes. These are our tribe.
Tech, why don't you take the lead on this one?
Starts.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
You guys hustle after Tech. Tech is
I'm gonna hop on the back.
leaving to the road, and then he stops. I think they went down the road.
Down the road. To the gate?
I do not know. We can follow.
Let's go.
Okay. You guys follow to the bridge. They left the road. Big one went this way.
Okay.
Who's first watch, Professor?
Mm-hmm.
Are you watching the door or are you inside just staying awake?
I'm inside staying awake,
Okay.
studying what notes I have left.
Okay, so yeah, he went across the bridge and
So
said,
they left. You can actually hear the door opening.
Woo! I'll quick draw a Burning Hands wand into my hand.
Okay, there's an insectoid thing standing inside the room.
Oh, Tech! A pleasure to see you! You are Tech, right? All your bugs look the same.
Yes.
Oh, where's Manny and Luudo?
Is there danger in here?
No. There's tea, though. Would you like some?
He puts his weapon. He sort of just waves everyone over. Okay.
Manny's got a dirty corpse. He just sort of lays it down.
In the entrance hall, and Gaedran's dead eyes are staring awkwardly into the room.
Ah, yes.
Not for eating, not for keeping. Bad.
Says Mokrenom as he hops forward.
I look up proud. Look what we did.
Oh, capital. I'll start detecting magic on it.
On what?
Gaedran's corpse.
Oh, okay. There is magic coming from Gaedran's corpse.
Well, you see, he has this disgusting stomach flap that I had to reach into earlier, so...
Oh, stomach flap.
There's a moderate conjuration coming from his stomach flap.
There's a bit of conjuration, I see.
His pouch, if you will.
And what did you say it did? Exactly?
Not for eating, not for keeping.
Oh.
I found this little beauty in there. I proudly hold up the cube.
Found it. Well, of course you found it. You did find your way back here. Where exactly did you go?
It had feet.
Big chicken feet. It was a hut with feet.
Did you see my notes?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
They
So
have-
they're safe.
No.
Oh.
I mean, some might be, but the smell and stains they had and the shapes they were bent into.
There were lots of magical wonders in the hut.
Oh, yes.
I'll go sit and stare into the fire and just mumble to myself.
What good news! There's so many good artifacts in there. You're gonna be so excited.
Life's work, years wasted. Oh no, what are we going to do, Henry? Just stare, mumbling.
I'm gonna do a really crappy job at comforting the. Well, builds character.
Oh, a lifetime wasted.
But man, are there some really cool artifacts in there.
Give him a little nudge.
Oh,
Some fun stuff. And I found your chair.
chair.
It was his desk. His chair was all chopped up.
Oh, I thought okay, I thought there was a picture. We found your desk.
Oh, all of my notes gone.
Not all, just
Some of them were damaged.
just as fast as he could defecate. I suppose.
Oh.
Manny goes over and sits down. He looks hurt.
Ah, yes. Manny.
I think Mokrenom had 9 damage. Tech had some damage as well.
Yeah, I know he was banging himself with that wand, but I don't know what he ended up. No.
Potion of Cure Light Wounds do him good right now.
Yeah, rest and doctoring would do good right now.
Okay, let's do that.
What are we doing? We waiting here?
Well, it seems everyone is taking a nap, so I think you of all people have earned it. Wouldn't you agree?
I'll take the cards out and start offhandedly shuffling them.
He taps the Fant, who's probably got one eye open while napping, kind of as everyone came in.
You're lucky you're heavy. We followed your tracks away from the manor.
The Ferris just sort of grumbles and goes,
Mokrenom kind of bounces up next to you and just sort of turns into a big sack and just sort of nudges up against Zephyros.
Sacks out.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It seems that killing Gaedran did not appease Zellara's spirit. I fear that he fed her child to whatever still lurks in that mansion. Something it did cursed his wife. Something, an abomination.
Oh, you're playing with the cards right now?
Yeah.
Have you taken them out of their pouch?
Yeah, I'm offhandedly shuffling them.
Okay, they begin shuffling themselves.
Oh, it seems that his hunger has been satiated recently, and that has awoken his wife's ghost.
You do still see, however, that there is anger coming from the cards.
Zellara, we feel your anger. Tell us what you see.
I'll awake with a bit of cough and say, feel the anger more quietly.
Oh, yes.
And then try and go back to sleep.
Of course.
The small piece of yarn around your finger raises up and is kind of like waving towards Luudo.
I'll hold my hand out and move it towards him.
It seems to be pointing at the fancy key thing that Luudo has.
I'll keep moving the hand closer to the key.
Okay, it's kind of reaching towards the key.
I will go and take the key.
Is Luudo giving up the key?
He's just kind of like, he's still not used to this whole card shuffling themselves monster thing. It's kind of like, I'm amazed I'm even here right now.
Okay, so you let go of the key and
Slowly, make sure.
it feels bad to not have the key.
Oh god.
You just pictured a door and you were able to walk through it.
Right.
You've got rogue on your character sheet, right?
Yes.
Rogues tend to like to steal things. The ability to open any door that you picture.
Oh dear, and this is how it begins.
You immediately want the key back. However, as you grab a hold of the key, there is so much power in your hands right now that you forgot you were paying attention to the little piece of yarn and you totally forgot about it. The potential of this place. You could open doors. Doors that are ancient, doors to vaults, doors to libraries, to hidden knowledge.
Still more time. Not much, but with this.
The end of it slowly shifting from key to key, representing the endless possibilities.
What have we found here?
Do I have that bag of holding?
You do?
Did I pull that off?
Yep.
Okay. Henry, you okay?
Oh, yes. This thing is quite the implement. I guess hadn't really grasped the power that Gaedran had found for himself.
Quite
strange.
Like the notion.
Zellara, why do you seek to it? I'll turn it over in my hand, looking at the string, looking at the wand.
The string seems to want to touch the key.
I will hold the wand in one hand and bring the string to the wand and touch it.
Okay. The string unravels from your finger and goes around the wand, the key-like wand.
I'll hold it up between Luudo, Manny, and I, and all of us staring intently at it.
Yep. Manny is the least interested in it out of the three of you, but it might be because he hasn't touched it yet.
Right.
Luudo, you feel this emptiness inside you not holding on to the key. Like, at any point, you think the professor could just skip away with it and you'd never see it again.
I'm gonna kind of hold the bag of holding out. I don't know if we should touch this very often or be separated.
Ooh, but what is the string doing? It's just wrapped itself around it.
It's wrapped itself around it, yeah.
The child's string, drawn to it. I wonder what will happen if we used it now without picturing anything. Do you suppose what's left of the child's memory has enough to imprint the thought on it?
Well,
where are the cards right now? They've shuffled themselves and kind of stuck themselves back into the bag. Where are they in one of your hands? Is that what's going on? You've got the cards in one hand and
I think
key in the other,
they'd be on my lap. I was sitting here.
Okay. there is an image that is appearing above the cards of your party using the key.
Oh. What is it, Zellara?
And then just this blue door opening. That's all she shows. You did notice that the image of the key being used did have the red yarn around it.
I think
The image then above the deck of cards slowly sort of falls back into the cards, like the cards projected an illusion of what Zellara wanted.
she wants us.
She still, you get this intense curiosity, like she needs to know something.
Diablo's foul taint. It seems she wants us to use this.
Jeez, Marty, we're just sucking up time here.
They're playing with the artifact, that's fine. They've got one artifact, which is the cards,
It's
and
true.
then the key, and they're playing with it. That's fine. But Luudo's looking at it, but he's still holding out the bag, like, put it in there, and you're like, oh. It's good role playing.
Well,
What are you doing with the key?
I suppose we can
The key of infinite doors.
take a look at this in the morning. Suppose we can put it away for now.
That might be best with all of our heads in this as opposed to.
Yes, of course. I could use some rest. Tech.
Manny kind of looks at the professor like, why is he not dropping the key into the bag so
That we can all, like, take a rest.
and reaches his hand out and
Kind of grasps around your wrist, the one that's holding onto the key, and it's just sort of shaking your hand a little bit, like let the key go.
What? Huh? Oh, yes, of course. I'll take my other hand and take the one out of that hand and go to put it in the bag.
Okay. Are you actually putting it in the bag?
I'll put it in the bag.
Okay.
Yes.
it feels like
Your life's work slipping from you again as you drop the key into the bottomless bag.
Oh, so
Very good. I tightened it very
Okay,
fast.
yeah. You think it's safe, but it's good enough for now.
Right.
Like, you know where it is, and you
I somewhat trust this bag.
yeah.
Manny lets go of your hand, and the professor, if you notice, is a little bit stunned for a moment as that key could represent
a very quick way to get on top or even achieve dizzying heights of knowledge that you have taken a lifetime to achieve.
yes. I'll go back to mumbling to myself and shuffling the cards till the end of my shift and
Okay.
hand it over to Tech then.
Got it.
I guess me and Manny are gonna pass out. For a while.
Yep.
Good work, buddy.
That evening, each of you has the same dream of standing before a great table with a bubbling cauldron in the background and weird things all around you, and you were flipping cards from the Harrow deck and reading your own future. Luudo, the cards showed you. Give me a second. I wrote the shit down. I'm not going to try to remember what.
That would be amazing.
Where's my book?
Excellent, Professor. Where's my book?
No. I have a book. An important new book. Where I wrote the shit down. No, that's Dragon Circus. Do you see a little black book somewhere?
Ooh, Marty's little black book?
It's like one of these.
Is that your coffee table?
The thing is, my apartment's in Queens, so it got stooshed somewhere.
Demon Watch, dirty neutrals.
Titans. Yeah, nice. Apologies.
Luudo? When you read the cards, you're actually picturing it's you, but the reflection in the cards is this grinning, green, toothy goblin face. And you know that this goblin really liked to set fire to things and was a master alchemist. Zephyros, when you were sitting in the dream table, the vision that you saw, or like the reflection in the cards, almost like your hands were not your own, but they were. They were clawed like a noble Ricasta, like a cat man, large and placing the cards, and the reading is yours, but his. Manny, should you ask him, saw that his hands were short and stubby, like that of a dwarf, wrinkled with age. The professor placed down cards with the skill of a trickster, and saw a very wrinkled face and bright eyes and a big nose in his reflection. He was some sort of brightly dressed gnome entertainer. Pharisee had a different sort of vision, where she saw her life as she is, and the life as she could be in the cards. It was almost like there were two of her doing a reading simultaneously, and out of one eye you saw the cards one way, and then you saw out of your other eye what could be. And while both were the same, what you could be is much more powerful. It's a dream that doesn't quite make sense to you yet, but all of you had very vivid dreams that you sense Zellara gave to you. You could feel her presence in the background. You could smell the smells that you like, the smell of her home, not the rotting part of the basket with the treats in it, but like there was like a distinct particular smell to the home. You felt her presence near. It wasn't angry, it was more like motherly. When you awake, you're all 4th level, and you might even be close to 5th, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a moment. You're rested. You guys heal your wounds. You healed full 8 hours. There is no doctor, so you heal your level and hit points.
I would like to make a saving throw versus filth fever.
Oh yes. So this is the filth fever from diving into the horrible ick, plus also getting hit.
It's pretty much the horrible ick plus the horrible ick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bit of an icky game.
Which I think is DC 14, and you've made one save already. If
I made one save.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
1d20 plus 2.
Oh. Ooh. Whew.
You ready for it, Channel?
Oh. Oh. Big money.
You
Look at that,
shrug off the
dude.
filth fever. You don't need to have that on your character sheet anymore. Filth fever is awful. It does 1d3 dex and 1d3 con.
It sounds truly terrible.
Yep. Yep.
I can't believe I made that. 2 in a row. I have no idea what filth fever is. Never experienced.
I just saw chat erotic friend fiction. The Black Book is his collection of fan fiction. Sorry, I've got so many windows that I didn't see it. How's it going, buddy?
May we never know what filth fever actually is.
So yeah, Manny's still hurt. Like, you guys are still hurt after 8 hours of rest. Mokrenom has, he's 4th level, so 5 damage still. Cyrax has, 17 damage still. You guys really need a healer.
Yeah.
Does Tech have any more points of Cure Light Wounds in his wand?
Probably use it on himself.
Let's see. He might use them on himself. He's got 6 charges left, sure. Out of combat, he would do 5 per charge, so he uses 3 of them on himself. I'll take those off. He's got 2 damage left.
I'll ask Manny. You've come back as I was sure you would. And you've killed Gaedran.
Luudo did it. Mokrenom helped.
And they describe the battle.
Fantastic. I'll pull out a wand of Cure Light Wounds because he looks injured, and say, and you have my dragon fruit.
I saw it.
I'll put the wand away.
It was with all the other stuff. It looked kind of ripe.
I'll take the wand out and poke him once with a wand
Okay.
of Cure Light Wounds,
Nice.
and then put it away.
Cure Light Wounds is on a bard or wizard list, witch, I believe.
Yeah, it's on the witch list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't need to make a UMP.
Yep, it's a cast level 1 wand. If we take average, that's 5.
5, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, he nods at that.
Thanks.
That's what he says.
We can go and get it now.
Can I go back to the slough, says the girl.
You want to go back to
In
the
time,
slough?
yes.
She probably that night, if you gave her a full day's worth of rations, she probably ate it in a short period of time. It looks like she was,
If we go to the hut from here, and then return to the professor's house from there.
You mean Gaedran's secret hidey hole?
Yes, child, yes.
He didn't always hide there, but we saw it. Sometimes he let us in there to dump the jink and the junk.
Ah, you must come with us. We are going to take the jink out of the junk.
That place
Out
gives
of
us
the
the
jinx.
creeps. Some of the children who were brought to the Malavella Manor were brought that way, but I also think some of them got ate in the hut.
What ate them in the hut?
I don't know. They went into the hut and never came back.
Well, we'll all go into that together and then go out in the slough.
You're gonna let me go back home, though, right?
Sure.
Okay. I guess I could help.
Where's
she
your
says.
home?
The slough?
Where in the slough? I'm from the slough.
She kind of gets this little indignant look by the filth and her lack of shoes with holes and without holes in them, and
She's probably like
a street urchin.
You live in the street?
Yeah, we got places to sleep, she says defensively.
Well, then we'll take you back to the slough and maybe you can work in one of our houses.
You give me a job?
She says.
Well,
We need to make her more orphan Andy.
So, all right, you give me a job.
You give me a job then.
Is that little orphan Annie? That's
No,
little orphan.